Hey y'all, this is Black Willow 32, alias Charlie O. Now, I wasn't really sure what to. Or by the way, I tried to blonde my hair, did not work too well. What you gonna do? Anyway, so yeah, at first I didn't want to know what I was gonna say or do, but now I do. I've decided that I'm really not. I wouldn't want to be a celebrity because here's why. Now, all y'all know that Chris Brown in 2009 he hit Rihanna. Yeah, and he's apologized for it a zillion times, and he's apologized to her, which should have been the end of it. Like, you know, you apologize to her and you're done. But people seem to think that it's okay to pile on, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, it didn't happen to you, so why are you involved? Like, why does it matter whether he apologizes to the world or not? As long as he apologizes to Rihanna, everything should be okay. Because he didn't do it to you. So, I'm kind of confused. So yeah, and it's things like that where people act like really hypocritical. They act like, oh well, I never. And you're like, wait a minute, hold up. You may not have hit somebody, but there's a lot of ugly in your closet anyway. Let's be very clear. We're not all saints and whatnot. Um, you have no business judging other people because you're not perfect. I'm not perfect. You know, and a celebrity isn't perfect. They're not perfect. They're just like you and I. They have a lot of money. They have a lot of toys. But basically, they're like you and I. They screw up like we all screw up. So, in that sense, I'm like, I wouldn't want to be a celebrity because there are things that I do that, I screw up. I screw up, sometimes on a daily basis. I screw up. I do dumb things, you know. And, when I was his age, I did really dumb things. Like I drank too much. Way too much. I wasn't an alcoholic, but I drank too much. To the point where I was stumbling out of places. Not good. Not good at all. But, you know, you can't, just because, I, I just don't think it's cool that somebody's gonna, you have to pay for your mistakes for the rest of your life. That makes no sense. I mean, if you've changed, if you are willing to learn from your mistake and change, we should be trying to lift you up and not tear you down. That doesn't make sense to me. Um, it just doesn't. You know, you know. And I think I'm coming at this because I have a relative who decides that, she's gonna remind me of all the ugly that I've ever created in my life. Like she's never created any. And I'm like, yeah, but you have, dear. You have. So it always galls me when people try to act like they're better than someone else. And I'm like, you're not. You may not have done the same things that somebody else has done, but you've done things that that you're not proud of. I just think that we need to, before we start criticizing other people, we need to look at our own closets and our own backyards and see what ugly we've created, what ugly messes we've done, before we go jumping down somebody else's throat. Because granted, and I understand how being behind a computer is easier than being in front of a person. Because I guarantee you, I bet you $1,000,000, no one would ever diss Chris Brown to his face. Not because he's a tough man or anything, but because, you know, you'd end up looking stupid. I'm just saying. So think about you know, before you go, you know, dissing somebody or you know, being hypocritical, sorry, and you know, talking about bad about them because they made a mistake. Think about the mistakes you've made in your life. You know, just think about that before you go into going on with somebody else. All right, peace.